Good evening and welcome to Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Commerce City, Colorado. I'm Dan Matthews, along with my color commentator for the evening, head coach from Georgia Tech University, Ken Lovett. Coach, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you so much, Dan. Looking forward to an exciting evening this evening.
As I understand, this is going to be the first time dealing with this and getting prepped for the weekend. Is that correct?
It has been a few years. I did it with Sonny back in the day on the radio, but it has been a couple of years for sure. But
outstanding. Folks, in cooperation with the Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association, College Lax is proud to bring you coverage of the 2011 MCLA National Championships. Live from Dick's Sporting Goods here in Commerce City, Colorado. The opening round game today matches the 11th seed Florida State Seminoles versus the 6th seed Michigan State Spartans from the Central Collegiate Lacrosse Association. Again, I'm Dan Matthews with my co-host Ken Lovick. And Coach, a very interesting battle that should take place between these two teams. Maybe the game of the day on the slate.
I agree. I mean, we got two run and gun style offenses here. Both these teams are going to try to get up and down the field. The real balance here will be what the defenses do for both squads today.
We're just a little over 7.5 minutes away from face-off. The weather has cleared. Nicest weather in a little over a year for the MCLA Championships. Most of you may remember there was a very cold rain that came down most of last year. It's been cloudy and kind of cool today, but the sun has finally peeked through, and these guys are getting the best weather of the day.
We are very, very lucky. We were certainly skirted with a few storms earlier today and had some touchy moments there looking at the radar, but everything is kind of pushed west of us, and it looks like we're going to be in for a great night of lacrosse.
It's looking fantastic. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Florida State University Seminoles. Florida State starting lineup, Joe Zorovich, Jack Mata, and Ben Pelton will be your defenders, with Josh Eustace, Justin Mills, Stuart Lundeen at the midfield, Alex Drivas, who leads the team in scoring, along with Tyler Ritchie and Tom Byrne at the attack, and John Goodrich in goal, allowing just 6.1 goals against for the season in 19 games played, a 65, almost 66% win percent or save percentage for goalie John Goodrich. The key for Florida State in their attack.
The key there for sure will be A.J. Drivas, of all things. He's had a very bad wrist for the second part of the season here, has some arthritis in there. We'll see how strong he is coming into this game. Also joining him down there, Tyler Ritchie and Tom Byrne are very, very crafty, very good shooters. Look for those guys to be snipers on the transition. On the midfield side of things, you're going to have a lot of firepower, especially starting with number 17, the big, strong midi, Josh Eustace.
We'll take a look at Michigan State. Coach Lovett, go for it.
Starting out on defense for the Spartans, Michael Schneider, number 11. Joining him is number 14, Brendan Hunt, and also number 33, Wesley Binder. On the long stick midi side of things for the Spartans will be Benjamin Dake, along with middies Alex Gage and faceoff specialist Scott Wisniewski. On the attack side, we've got Michael Bailey, joined by number 34, Michael Hall, along with 35, Patrick Nems. And netting the net tonight for this Michigan State Spartans is Smith Atwood.
Taking a look at that starting lineup, Coach, where do you see the key for that Michigan State offense or defense?
It's certainly going to be on that offensive end. These guys have done a great job this year. They've played a challenging schedule. They've put up a lot of goals. Look for definitely Patrick Nemes on attack, number 35, to lead the way for them. But don't be afraid about looking at that midfield for Michigan State. They do a very nice job getting up and down the field and pushing the first transition and the second transition to give themselves some great opportunities.
We're just about 5 minutes away from face-off of this contest between Florida State and Michigan State. We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk keys to the game with Coach Ken Lovick.
The Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association is an organization of non-NCAA college lacrosse programs representing student athletes on 213 teams. In 2 divisions, in 10 member conferences across the United States and Canada. We are the MCLA.
Thanks for joining us here tonight at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Again, I'm Dan Matthews with Coach Ken Lovick from Georgia Tech University. And Coach, a lot of balance. The one thing that I heard out of both coaches' mouths was that they both have to be successful on their rides.
They certainly live off of that. When you're a run-and-gun team and you want to play in transition, a lot of that starts with your ride. Both of these teams will throw a couple of different rides at each other. Michigan State, look for them to lock everybody off except the goalie, John Goodrich of Florida State, and vice versa. On the other side, with Florida State, look at them to throw a couple different rides at Michigan State tonight to see if they can mess them up. They will throw a 10-man. They'll also throw a backside zone ride, and they will also just do a man-to-man ride as well.
And Coach, the other key to success that I was looking at that seemed to be important was a tenacious defense that's going to be played by Florida State.
They're certainly going to come after you. There's no question about that. They're aggressive. They're athletic. They want to set the tempo. Both teams will try that as well tonight on both sides of the ball. That will be a huge key tonight, is to figure out whose tempo will win out tonight. You're going to have two great offenses. Whose defense can win this battle tonight?
Outstanding. We're sitting just about a minute and a half away from face-offs. Our referees for tonight's game are Joe Cronin. He'll be wearing number 40. Kanan will be wearing number 42, and Dave Pratt, number 63. Those are our officials for tonight's game. Again, the weather is a beautiful, beautiful sunny evening, and these two teams look to be playing the best game out on the field. Let's take another 60-second break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the keys to success at our opening face-off. Welcome back to Dick's Sporting Goods Park again, everybody. I'm Dan Matthews with Georgia Tech head coach Ken Lovick. We're ready for opening face-off between the 12-5 Michigan State Spartans and the 18-1 Florida State Seminoles. An early season loss for the Seminoles, and they've not looked back since. At the face-off X, we got Scott Wisniewski and Jason Castellanos. And Castellanos wins it for Florida State. He'll set the offense in motion for the Seminoles.
Certainly going to be a key factor, like any lacrosse game. Castellanos is the SCLC's face-off specialist of the year. We'll see if he can continue to win these battles tonight.
Great ride and check by 33 in white, Wesley Binder for Michigan State. With the ball is A.J. Drevis. On a shot and a save by goalie Smith Atwood for Michigan State. Brendan Hunt has the ball, clearing it for Michigan State. He gives it off to Alex Gage.
Quick first possession for Florida State. As I said, they like to set that tempo early. We saw a quick dodge and an off left side shot. That one that time a little bit didn't change planes on his shot. Kept it pretty much the same plane. Easy save for Atwood to start the game.
Michael Bailey brings the ball around for Michigan State. He gives it off to Josh Nemes.